YouTube, what's good with y'all, man? It's your boy Go Mail. I'm back with another video. Make sure y'all follow all my socials and turn that post noti bell on for your boy. Yeah, let's go ahead and get into this video. Now, before I actually get down to the topic of this video, we will be discussing A Great Chaos by Ken, which just dropped, and which at the time I'm recording this, it is October 14th, Saturday, 2:05 a.m. So I pretty much had my time to get some listens in. But yeah, for anybody that's watching this or anybody that's watching this live, I want you to pause the video and quickly tell me what were your initial thoughts on A Great Chaos. I'll definitely be excited to see what y'all think of the album, especially in the comments. Let me know in the comments as well. But yeah, let's get into the topic, man. Now, I know this is going to turn a lot of people's heads, but I don't think there has been a day where Destroy Lonely was better than Ken Carson. I'll be honest, I don't think there ever was a day. Now, when Lone came back into the picture with his album No Stylist, it definitely outshined Ken. And I swear, like, all you ever heard and like since then was how quickly and fast Lone surpassed Ken. Oh, Lone surpassed everybody. He's the top in Opium next to Carti, you feel me? And everybody was just so high. Everybody was high on Lone. Now, I can definitely get the appeal of Destroy Lonely. I mean, I like his music too. But when you've got people calling him a generational artist and a man can't even give you any solid, memorable lines half the time in his songs, we kind of have a problem. You see, people like to put Lone on this pedestal that he's very versatile and his flow is just amazing and all that, when all Lone really has to do is just grab some spooky guitar beats and just barely flow on it for like 2 minutes and people are just gonna eat it up. Nothing about Destroy Lonely is generational to me. Nothing about Ken Carson is generational to me. I think they're both two solid artists. But what separates Ken and Lone for me is that not only does Ken have the more interesting and more energetic beat selection, he's overall more energetic in general compared to Lone, which he has to do the bare minimum at times. And I mean, hey, if it's broke, don't fix it, but it doesn't satisfy a guy like me, I'm gonna be honest. And it's funny because in the two features that he has on Ken's album, he gives good performances, and it's just like, dude, why aren't you putting this own energy into your own music? It's confusing to me. But yeah, I've been pretty much making this claim that Ken has been a better artist than Lone for a very long time now, about 2 years now. And I guess you could say it didn't show with X, but it definitely shows with AGC. But yeah, that's my stance on that. Ken Carson is better than Destroy Lonely. Just because Ken isn't versatile, quote unquote versatile, like Destroy Lonely does not mean he's worse than him. Ken's the front runner. He's always been the front runner in my eyes. But yeah, enough about that debate. Let's dive into A Great Chaos and let's see some of my criticisms that I have for this album. I'm gonna just go over a few things. I'm gonna go by track, and you guys let me know if you agree with the points I have, if you disagree. But yeah, let's get into it. Starting with the intro, Green Room, I feel like this is another great Ken intro. This is definitely a step up from the last intro he had on his last album, X. Don't get me wrong, I like the intro on X, but this is there's a big gap. There's a huge gap in terms of flow, energy. You can tell Ken was really feeling this track. Now, on to the next track, Jennifer's Body. This was a big snippet that was being previewed, and a lot of people were waiting on this song. And rest assured, obviously, yes, I like the song. But aside from the hook, I feel like Ken didn't really try on the verses. I feel like when artists know they have a good banger of a song or a hit on their hands just by judging off the hook, they don't really put that much into the verses. Kind of like how Lone did with No Stylist. He knew he had a hit on his hands as soon as he heard that instrumental. On to the third track, Fighting My Demons. I believe this is one of the best songs on the album. Everything about this song, head to toe, is great. I want to say my favorite part of this song is where he gets to the Russian roulette part. Also, on Late Notice, there were rumors about this song being a transition. I don't know if a lot of you guys saw it. I'm sure a lot of Ken Carson fans saw it, but on the Fighting My Demons snippet, where Ken previewed the outro of this song, many people thought that was going to be the song Fighting My Demons in itself. And when I first heard that snippet, I was like, yeah, he can kind of keep that one. I'm not going to lie. When I saw it on the track list, I kind of panicked. But as a transition into an outro, I kind of enjoyed it. Ken somehow took a dull part and just kind of made it the outro. Unless that was how it was like all this time, then in that case, never mind. But still. Moving on to the fourth track, Singapore. I got rich before I turned 23, like LeBron James. Probably one of the most memorable lyrics on this album. Ken and Lone are just kind of doing their thing on this one. I feel like Ken was definitely in his element on this one. Just a flat out banger. Moving on to the fifth track, Lose It. I felt like, I'm gonna be honest, this is a complete dumpster fire of distortion. And not in a good way. It's weird because as I've listened to this song a couple of times, I find myself liking the beat, and when I try to lock in and kind of catch Ken's flow, it just doesn't click with me. I can't get myself to like this song. I'm sorry. Maybe in the future somehow it'll grow on me, but I don't see myself liking this song. I'm gonna be honest. It's a miss for me. Moving on to the 6-track Hardcore. I'm gonna be honest, when he first previewed this song, I did not like it whatsoever. But I think me hearing it enough times of just him previewing the song kind of clicked it into my head. It's a short and sweet banger, around 2 minutes flat. You know, high energy 808s. It's the perfect short and sweet banger. Moving on to the 7-track Me and My Cup. I'll be honest, this had potential to be one of the best songs on the album if it was just shorter. This song does not need to be 4 minutes long, I'm gonna be honest. And no, it's not an attention span thing, but I just think if Ken's gonna hold this on for 4 minutes, he needs to come at least a little bit harder on his verses. Nonetheless, still an enjoyable track. I like it, just needs to be shorter. Going into the middle of the album, the 8th track, It's Over. Ken said he was gonna drop this as a lead single back in the summer, but of course we never got it. It's another short and sweet banger with high energy, with another great memorable line from Ken. Moving on to the 9th track, we got Succubus. I kind of feel like this is a good soother because we've gotten a lot of energy in that first half, and we're about to keep getting more energy. So I feel like even though this beat was very distorted, I feel like it was a good soother and kind of just like to calm us down a little bit from the rush we kind of got. 10th track, Paranoid. This is one of the best songs on the album. I do not care what you niggas say, I'm gonna be honest. And I'm glad Ken released a regular version of this instead of the sped up version that he was previewing on live. This version sounds way better in my opinion. 11th track, Pouring Out the Syrup, or Pots. This one's really interesting because Ken just kind of attaches himself to this very screechy, very scratchy beat. And although obviously Ken's vocals are not the best, he just kind of blends in well with this beat. I'll be honest, it's one of my favorites. Now we get to the 12th song, Like This, featuring Uzi and Lone. And I'll be honest, this should just be an Uzi throwaway because Ken and Lone kind of don't add anything to this song. This is kind of just like Uzi putting him on his back and carrying him through this song. Because for some reason, Ken and Lone just couldn't find a flow to save their lives. While you got Uzi over here just effortlessly flowing throughout the song. Moving on to the 13th song, Overtime. This one kind of gives me the vibes of like an old Atlanta trap beat, kind of just fused in with a new school flow with Ken. It was a different swag to it, I can't explain it. Another one of my favorites for sure. Moving on to the 14th song, Vampire Hour. This should have been the outro to the album. Listen to the melodies of this beat, tell me it shouldn't be the outro. Everything from the 808s, the content of the song, Ken telling people he'll never change and he'll always forever be himself. This should have been the outro. The 15th track, Night Chorus, you know, a classic little fun Ken beat in which he flows on. I was kind of waiting for this song too. This is one of my favorite snippets. Definitely glad we got it. Nightcore 2 wasn't a bad song, but I find myself skipping it a few times when I'm going through the album. So yeah, I'm gonna be honest, if I'm in the car or something, I'm on a little road trip or something, I'll probably let it play. But if I'm listening to this on my own, I got my AirPods in or whatever, I'm probably gonna skip this song. Moving on to the outro, Rockstar Lifestyle. I'll be honest, this song just, at least in my opinion, it doesn't fit right here. When he previewed this on live and we kind of heard those synths in the beginning, I got a feeling that this was going to be the intro to the album actually. So when I heard it as the last song on the album, I was confused. I kind of feel like this doesn't fit, and I wouldn't mind if he took Vampire Hour, put it at the bottom, and just completely took Rockstar Lifestyle off. I feel like that would have been even better, I'm gonna be honest. But yeah, those are my thoughts and criticisms on A Great Chaos. Even though I have all these criticisms, I'm still giving this album an 8.5 out of 10. Let me know what you guys thought of the album. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Is it your album of the year? Is it your top 3, top 5, top 10? Let me know in the comments. But yeah, it's your boy Goat Mill. We out.
I had to comfort all my problems. And if I said it, I meant it, you know that forever I got you. Speeding down the highway, run up, go. And I fire that shit up and I pass it around, cause you know that my shot time. I'm enjoying this cycle, cause this shit on me. I put some VVS all on my tickles.